it's Nikki here at Energy and Emotion. I thought I would talk a little bit about my oils, Doterra oils, because they're such a central part of my life, and whether they are for generally in the home for diffusing, whether they're for health benefits or whether they're for my painting, they're always there with me. And I think I've now got every oil that Doterra has, certainly in the European market, which accounts for probably over 80 oils. And somebody said to me recently, well, what's the point of having all these oils? You're not going to use them all the time. No. And certainly I don't use all the food that I have in my cabinets all the time, nor do I use all the medication that I have. And these oils are absolutely, they're like crystals for me. And for me, crystals, I know their power, I know their energy of them, but for me they're static, and I'm a very kinesthetic person, and I love movement, and oils, they move. And so for me they're liquid crystals, and I treat them like that. I charge them up with the moon, and they have hidden powers just came up into my mind as crystals do. When you look at a crystal, you look at them and think, yeah, it's just a rock. For those people who don't know them, yeah, it's just an oil. And it's not. For those who use crystals, they know the absolute power. And that power is very, very subtle in many ways. It's not like a boom, though it can be. And with the oils as well, they work at such a beautifully deep level. They weave their way in to your energy. And so, yes, they work in very subtle, very beautiful ways, but also very big ways as well. And Clary Sage, I keep picking up Clary Sage. It's always been my go-to for quite a few days now. And the difference with, I'll come back to all these. I have all these oils, and I use them to diffuse in the home, as many people use oils to give fragrance, but also for emotional benefits and physical benefits while diffusing in the home. I also use them in my water. For example, I always have a drop of peppermint in my water by my bed because it just freshens my breath all the time. I don't always use them in cooking. People do use them in cooking. I don't use them a lot, but the best thing I made, I think, was chocolate cake with peppermint. And I also made a geranium cake, which was just heaven. It's like rose. So I have used them in cooking, and I use them for ailments. They're my go-to. If anything's wrong, I go to my oils first thing. That's my first aid kit. And the biggest part they play in my life is with my paintings. I developed a technique, a tool called Intuitive Expression, which is a very specific way of using intuitive painting, layering paints, layering the paint in several layers, and incorporating Doterra essential oils into the process. I get tears coming up as confirmation that it's such a strong process. I put oils in the process to really help emotional release, and this is so magical because when we paint with intuitive expression, the way we paint allows our soul to open up. It drops all the barriers and really shows us where we need to be working our lives, where things are blocked in the past, where we are right now, where's the joy, where's the happiness, where's the fear. And the oils, by using the Essential Emotions book that I have somewhere with me, I don't have it right at hand, the Essential Emotions book to help translate the emotions within the oils that have been used and what's in the painting. And it is incredible. It's I cannot explain it. You have to really live it to feel this power. But basically, people are choosing the essential oils with their eyes closed, and the oils that come up exactly the emotions that they're feeling with the painting or what they're needing to work through. And it's almost like using oracle cards as well. So my painting really feels like living, created oracle cards in themselves. And so the oils are an integral part of this process. So another question that people ask is, why Doterra oils? Why can't I use any oil? I've got oils at home. The oils you have at home that you probably bought either from organic company or from the local pharmacy or off the high street, these oils work on the physical plane. Energy has different vibrations, and the lower vibration is very physical. If you think of, I'm just doing very, very quick science here in brackets, water at a low vibration is liquid. As we raise that vibration, when it's low, it's ice, so it's hard. As we raise that vibration, the molecules move faster and it becomes liquid until it becomes vapor. And so anything of a low vibration works at the physical level. And the oils that you generally find in a high street, they're great for, like, for example, lavender that you can use on a burn. They work at something physical. But when you're looking at working with emotions and working on the spiritual plane, for some people, the energetic plane, you're really working with the higher energies. You need to be working with an oil that understands that speaks that language, that matches that language. If you're looking at purely bodily, physical, like a burn, you can just be looking at here. So an oil is great for this part. But if you're wanting to look at the emotions behind that physical, or if you're looking to really treat an emotion that's going on with you, the emotions are on a higher plane than the physical. So you need an oil to match that, and even more so with the spiritual plane. And these oils do it. So much so that I've actually handed a bottle, I think it was Rose, to somebody. I didn't even open it. I handed it to her and she burst into tears. She could just feel the vibration of it. I remember Magnolia. I opened a bottle of jasmine. I hadn't smelt before, and I cried. I didn't understand why I cried until I looked later on at the emotions and really began to understand it. I knew why that was releasing something in me. Now, if you do that with a basic oil at home, that's not going to happen to you. It really isn't. And so these oils are high vibrational. Why are they high vibrational? Because they're made in love. They're made through love, because of love. The whole reason for being here is through serving the health and the well-being of this planet. That they're carrying love through their droplets, if you like. For me, Doterra, they're wanting to share love, health, goodness, purity in this world. And the way they do that is through the oils. And so you can almost imagine these oils like these little rollers that are carrying the love through. And when you know that this bottle of oil, that you can find out just by typing in this number onto a website, you can actually find where this oil came from, the exact place it came from. So who made this oil? The whole process from A to Z, you can find out about this bottle of oil. Now, I'm pretty sure the oils that you have in your cabinet, you can't do that. You don't know the history of them, you don't know who's made them, and you don't know who's getting the cut of the money. You have everything on here with this. So that again, it's very open book. And I really feel the energy of these oils. You can smell an oil and you can cry with it, as I said before, because it's really helping to release something. It's touching something within you that needs to be released. Now, me as a motion code practitioner, I'm used to working with people for releasing emotion and finding out about blocked emotions. And again, the essential oils, Doterra, they help support me in that. They work again on the plane of releasing emotions that we don't always know that are there. when we work with intuitive expression, what comes out is blocks and fears that we didn't even know were there until we start looking at them and we realize where they came from, and we work through it to release it. So these oils are just incredibly powerful for releasing and for helping and supporting. And you know, they're like, somebody also said to me as well that, how can you connect with all the oils? Well, it's like walking to a room full of people. If you just walk into a room full of people and stand there, you can feel probably the energy and the emotions of the people. But you really need to go up to someone and talk to them and hold their hand. And it's the same with these oils. It's working with the oils to see what they have to speak to you, what they have to say, what they want to communicate. And so it is by taking the oils, maybe one at a time, maybe use them in the painting and see how they react with you and how you feel with them. I know there's some oils that I really hate. I really hate the smell of. Spearmint, for example. I used to hate the smell of this. I didn't used to be able to do that before. I would just gag. Oh, it's just, now I actually love it. And it's really about speaking in public. So speaking your truth to the world. And that for me used to be a very, very hard thing to do. And when you really don't like an oil, when your body rejects it, it means it's not ready to deal with that emotion yet. It's really not there. And this isn't about a personal choice. It's about what your body's telling you. It could be a memory that you're not ready to deal with because it was too painful for you to remember again. And it's also about the emotions that you're not ready to release. And now I absolutely love it. I really do. So yeah, there will be oils that you don't like, and that is often because there's a reason behind it. One thing I do like to work with, I told you about the book, the Essential Emotions book. Well, we do have an application as well. And I'm just going to look at Clary Sage because this is the one I told you that keeps coming out very often with me. Clary Sage is the oil of clarity and vision. It's the third eye. Clary Sage assists individuals in changing their perceptions. One of the finest oils for the brow chakra, Clary Sage dispels darkness and illusion, helping individuals to see their limiting belief systems. That got me right there. It can assist during a healing crisis when a drastic change of perspective is required. Opening individuals to the dream world, Clary Sage increases the ability to visualize and imagine new possibilities. Clary Sage also teaches the spirit how to use its divinely given gifts and is especially helpful in clarifying spiritual vision. The emotions it addresses: confused, darkness as in spiritual darkness, disconnected spiritually, hopeless, creativity blocked, clarity, spiritual clarity, intuitive, open-minded and discerning. So it's really opening your mind to other spiritual domains. And for me, I'm getting confirmations of this, as in through the tears, I can actually feel it. That for me, the reason why I'm bringing Clary Sage, okay, I hear you. It's like I'm telling me, it's time for you to see more. And I didn't actually realize this till now. I keep having this feeling that I have more spiritual gifts than I realize that I do have. And it's time for me to step into my power with that. And that I am able to see more than I'm seeing right now. And it's very funny because I just keep having this feeling. I was listening to somebody who was a medium, and this thing came to me, but Nikki, you're a medium. And I thought, don't be stupid. I don't think these things like that. This is where this is coming in because it's telling me you have gifts. You have gifts, whether it's clairvoyant gifts or whatever gifts. That there are gifts connected to the spiritual realm that I'm not using to my full force yet. I'm not seeing them. And so by using this, it's really funny because this keeps coming up. I'm just reading this. I just realize so many things. that is the power of these oils. You know, I'll open my case of oils and this one would just keep shouting at me. And now I see why. And that's just incredible. And Clary Sage just has this one thing I love about it. It's a very earthy. It's like a floral and earth at the same time. It what comes up between two worlds. You have the flower and you have the leaf and the ground, and it's like, you know, we're very grounded with the roots, but we can also see the flower, and it's seeing those two. It's being in the two worlds at the same time, and that's to me what Clary Sage is. It's being of this earthy plane, but also seeing into the higher realms, into the flower realms. Fairies just came into my mind then as well. I'm seeing lots about fairies right now as well. So I think that kind of shows you the power that these have, that you won't get in a normal oil. So that's just a little bit about the oils and why they're so important to me, and why, you know, that these oils, the reason why I would just love for everybody to have a doTERRA oil in their home, is because what we're going through right now, the world is in such transformation, turmoil, transition, that we're going to need support for what's coming in, for what we're going through, whether it's emotionally, whether it's health wise. We're going to need other support. There's other ways that we can work with our bodies than with traditional ways. And this is it, it's taking responsibility for our own body. And all of our bodies are physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. And to me, these oils do it. They open us up, they give us answers. So they help us to become responsible for how we're feeling and to look deep within and with our work. And with these, you know, you have the whole kit. You can work on every realm with these. And if everybody, you know, had an oil in their home, or they had a small collection of oils, they have a go-to, they have their own tools to work with. So when something happens, when there's something physical, when somebody's not feeling well, they know where to turn, they know how to use it, and it's taken total responsibility for their own health, emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. And wouldn't it be so beautiful if we could all take responsibility for that? And for me, that obviously an integral part of my business. They're my support system, they're my tool, they're my way to go forwards. They're my family, really. So there you go, a little bit about the oils, why I love them, and I think you've just seen completely there an effect that an oil can have and how it opens us up to what's really going in. And I'm just so thankful. Thank you for those messages. That's truly beautiful. I've heard that now. Now I know what it's about. Now I can really work with that oil now. And by, you know, I can just take one little tiny drop. You can either breathe it in, or I can actually put a bit on my third eye chakra. And your hands are such great diffusers. Oh, it's heaven, absolute heaven. So thank you very much. I'm not going to take any more of your time. This is 20 minutes, so perfect time to stop. Thank you so much for being here. I shall put the links down below. If you want to find anything more about doTERRA oil, send me a message, look at my website, and yeah, choose an oil. I'd love to know really what your favourite oil is, what your favourite smell is, and why. Does it take you back to somewhere? Does it bring up memories? So yeah, put a link in, put a little word in the comments about what your favourite essential oil is, or what your favourite fragrance is, and why? Can't wait to hear your answers. My website is www.nikkihoward.com. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day.